Namaskar. Welcome to our today's segment. Today in Bharat, several cooperative societies are playing an important role in the upliftment of the weaker and marginalized section of the society. One such society is the Sahakar Bharati, which is devoted to this movement and is working at the grassroots level. Today we have with us a very special guest, Mr. Uday Joshi ji. Welcome to our show, sir. He is the chairman of Sahakar Bharati Sahakar Prashikshan Sanstha. He is also the director of the National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks and Credit Societies. So welcome to our show. We are truly obliged to have you here.
Thank you.
To begin with, I would like you to give a brief about the Sahakar Bharati. What is it and what is the objective of Sahakar Bharati?
Sahakar Bharati is a non-government organization registered under the Public Charitable Act and performing for the qualitative improvement of the cooperative sector across the country. It is the only pan-India organization of cooperators and cooperatives which are performing for creating a batch of devoted workers who will work for the cooperative sector and its upliftment. As on today, we are performing in almost 28 states and more than 650 district places. Okay. The aim of Sahakar Bharati is to work for the qualitative improvement of the cooperative sector. Today, we normally observe that the perception regarding cooperative sector is not proper in our country. Sahakar Bharati believes that there is no drawback in the system itself. The drawback is in the people who implement it. So cooperative movement as a whole has a large potential of uplifting downtrodden society people and for sustainable development. So Sahakar Bharati is trying for all these activities, changing the perception of cooperative sector and is working hard for qualitative improvement of the cooperative sector at large.
Indian government has set up a special ministry of cooperation for this movement under the leadership of Amitshah ji. So do you think that post the establishment of this ministry, has it helped in taking this movement forward, and how do you see this?
Yes, certainly. On the contrary, Sahakar Bharati was also one of the party which was pressing for the separate cooperative department at the center. Previously, it was attached to agricultural department. So naturally, cooperative section working under the leadership of agriculture ministry was not getting proper emphasis. Cooperative sector is so large in our country that nearly 8,60,000 cooperative societies are registered in India. 29 crores of people are associated with cooperative movement as its member. Even if we consider the total population of our country to the extent of 1.4 crore, 140 crore, the number is around 25 to 26%. So the relative importance of cooperative department was to be highly appreciated. Finally, government approved the separate ministry for cooperation, and a towering personality like amitshah was handed over the charge of this cooperative ministry. Because of the leadership of amitshah and the separate cooperative department, the entire focus has been changed regarding this cooperative sector. Now cooperative has been a part of limelight picture of our country. Cooperative department is penetrating and considering all the important problems faced by the cooperative sector, and the intention of the cooperative department is very sincere to resolve these issues.
India has such a huge population. So what are the challenges with regard to that?
Well, cooperative sector have some advantages, strong points. Similarly, cooperative sector is facing some drawbacks, which we call as weaknesses also. The major weakness of the cooperative sector is that lack of governance, lack of financial discipline. But nowadays, the perception regarding cooperative sector has been altogether changed by formation of this cooperative ministry, and I hope in near future the cooperative department and cooperative sector will give a maximum performance. For example, it has focused doubling of farmers' income in our country. It has also focused to highlight the economy to the extent of $5 trillion. So these activities or these objectives will be definitely fulfilled by the cooperative department through cooperatives.
If we talk about the current situation of cooperative societies in India, so are there specific demands of Sahakar Samiti from government that government can resolve those issues at both state and central level?
As I already said, that Sahakar Bharati is performing in 28 states and 650 plus district places. This is one aspect of our geographical spread. But there are different sectors of the sections of the cooperative sector, which we call it as sale or prakost in Hindi. That is a group of similar type of cooperative societies. Say, for example, urban cooperative banks are there, credit cooperative societies are there, housing societies, fisheries, weavers, similarly, sugar factories, dairies. So, such a nearly 55 types of sections or cells can be formed. So Sahakar Bharati has now decided to record its performance across the country at national level in these states, in these sectors also. And that's why Sahakar Bharati from October 2023 to March 2024, within a span of 6 months, have decided to organize different conferences or national conclave or adhivation of different sectors in these 6 months.
Can we see one such event in the upcoming days?
Now, the upcoming two events are there in December. One is 2nd and 3rd December 2023 at Delhi, where we are organizing a national convention of credit cooperative societies. And on 15th and 16th of December, we are organizing a conference of women cooperators working in this cooperative field across the country.
So, what's the objective of both the conventions and what's the target audience?
See, nearly 110,000 credit cooperative societies are functioning across the country. Their financial performance is also quite better. For example, all these societies have mobilized a deposit to the extent of rupees 110 lakh crores. They have deployed 70,000 crores as a loans and advances. They have also mobilized a paid-up capital of nearly 45,000 crores. So financially, these credit cooperative societies are very strong and basically performing important role in the financial inclusion of masses. As on today also, 6 lakhs villages and nearly 42% of our population is out of reach of these banking services. So cooperative societies are mainly functioning for financial inclusion of the downtrodden section of the societies. But in spite of this, the credit cooperative societies are facing several challenges and practical problems also. So Sahakar Bharati has decided to convene this national level adhivation in Delhi where we are trying for a presence of 10,000 delegates across the country. And I hope that due to this exhibition of organized strength in Delhi, most of the challenges faced by the credit cooperative societies will start to resolve.
So, sir, this convention is being organized in Delhi. What about the rural areas?
No, the credit cooperative societies are working both in urban and rural areas.
Okay.
And we have invited all the credit societies functioning both at urban and rural areas.
Okay.
And similarly, one more attempt we have made that though Sahakar Bharati has organizing this event in the leadership of Sahakar Bharati, but we are inviting all the district level associations, federations, state level associations and federations of credit cooperative societies, national level federation also. So we are trying to set a national agenda of
Okay.
credit cooperative sector. These are not the issues and challenges of Sahakar Bharati. These are not the issues and challenges of any particular federation
Okay.
or association. But these are issues and challenges of the entire credit cooperative sector.
Okay.
We are going to set the agenda of this credit cooperative sector by this national level convention. Apart from valedictory and opening session, we have invited Central Home and Cooperative Minister Shri Amitshah ji to inaugurate it.
Okay.
And we are trying that in these three technical sessions, the majority problems and issues of the credit cooperative sector will be discussed in details, and each and every delegate will find it that their all problems and issues and challenges have been attempted in this adivation of Sahakar Bharati.
So, what according to you is the future of cooperative societies in India, and what's the roadmap of Sahakar Samiti in that regard?
Before that, I would like to attract your attention regarding the Charter of Demand which we are placing
Okay.
in the national conclave. Because, as I said, we are facing a lot of challenges. And these challenges and issues are to be redressed by basically central government.
Can you please tell us what are the challenges which you are facing right now?
Yes, I will tell you. Firstly, we are facing the challenge that credit cooperative societies, new credit cooperative societies, their registration
Okay.
has been banned by some of the states, and the central government has also banned its registration at center also. In our country, 97 Constitution Amendment has been passed. According to 97 Constitution Amendment Act, Article 19A, each and every citizen of our country has a fundamental right to form a cooperative society.
Okay.
But this spirit has been not honored by some of the states and central government. So we are demanding that the path of formation of new cooperative societies be made clear, honoring the spirit of 97 Constitutional Amendment Act. Second big challenge is that these cooperative societies are mobilizing their deposits from their members. But as like banks, there is no deposit insurance coverage to the depositors of credit cooperative societies. As far as banks in our country are concerned, DICGC is a unit by the RBI,
Okay.
Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, which is owned by Reserve Bank of India, gives a deposit insurance coverage to the depositors of banks. And in case of failure of bank by whatever reason it may be, the depositor is benefited by a payment of rupees 5 lakhs through DICGC. So the depositors are insured that way. But in case of credit cooperative societies, this type of deposit insurance coverage is not available. Sahakar Bharati demands that such type of deposit insurance coverage be provided to the depositors of credit cooperative societies also. Similarly, one more critical challenge we are facing, that there are some issues relating to income tax. Income derived from the business of credit cooperative society is exempted from charging of income tax under section 80P. But some income tax authorities try to tax the credit cooperative societies.
Okay.
Now, a decision verdict of the Supreme Court is there that credit societies are not banks, and the exemption of income tax under section 80P can be granted to credit cooperative societies without fail. Some more issues we are facing. Under section 269 SS and under section 269T, there is a ban on cash dealings over an amount of rupees 20,000. I admit that this was required to curb the black money or its generation. But this limit is very meager. It was finalized in way back before 20 to 25 years. According to passage of time, there should be some increase in this limit also. In last year's budget, central government has increased this limit from rupees 20,000 to rupees 2 lakhs to primary agricultural credit cooperative societies. Sahakar Bharati demands that where in rural area and semi-urban areas, where there is more chances of cash transactions like fisheries, dairies, packs, and credit cooperative societies, this limit of accepting deposits and payment of deposits in cash to the extent of rupees 20,000 be increased at least to rupees 2 lakhs per transaction. One more demand we are placing, that Prime Minister is always appealing to the each and every section of the cooperative sector to go with digital transactions or cashless transactions. Credit cooperative societies are also interested in digital and cashless transactions. But for that purpose, credit cooperative societies need a membership of national payment system which has been created by our central government in this country. Until and unless the membership of national payment gateway is given to credit cooperative societies, this digital platform is not available and digital and cashless transactions cannot be made. If we are curbing the cash transactions to the extent of rupees 20,000, then it becomes the duty of the central government to provide the digital platform for the digital and cashless transactions. Credit cooperative societies are equally interested in shifting their cash transactions modus operandi to digital platform.
Okay.
One more important demand we are placing, that for urban cooperative banks and other each and every type of banks, there is a system of CIBIL rating, which means whenever borrower comes to the bank, his financial credentials can be checked through CIBIL.
Okay.
So, bank can decide to give the loans to the proper individuals and proper parties. If the intention of the borrower is not proper, bank can deny advancing to them on the basis of the credit rating given by the CIBIL.
Okay.
There are 7 companies which provide the CIBIL services in India. Sahakar Bharati is of the opinion that such type of civil rating or some arrangement like civil rating should be made available to the credit cooperative sectors also, so they can get the prior intimation of the intention and his past record of the borrower, so they can decide to give the loans and advances more properly and efficiently. Wherever there is surplus money, it is required to be invested somewhere. So most of the financial institutions try to invest their money in government securities also. But government has banned the credit cooperative societies to invest in the government securities. Sahakar Bharati demands that these credit cooperative societies also be permitted to invest their surplus money in government bonds, so they can have a sufficient amount of income regarding the surplus money which they are maintaining and which is required to be maintained as a mandatory condition. One more demand we are placing, that there are several government schemes, but credit cooperative societies are not entitled to register themselves in these government schemes, like Mudra. So Sahakar Bharati demands that credit cooperative societies are also functioning well, and similarly, these government schemes should also be made available to credit cooperative societies. We are not demanding only the various types of facilities to the credit cooperative sector, but we have two demands in our charter of demand: a financial discipline in the functioning of the credit cooperative sector. For example, we are of the opinion that in each and every state and at central level, prudential guidelines be implemented to credit cooperative sector. And we have observed that not only due to the legal provisions, these credit cooperative societies activities are controlled, but Sahakar Bharati believes that there should be a mechanism of self-regulation.
One thing I would like to know from you is that how these credit cooperative societies work at the management level. There are people who do not have information about such societies at the grassroots level. They are in rural areas. So how do you guys reach them?
The leadership of the credit cooperative sector is well versed with the problems and challenges of the credit cooperative sector, and they are well conversant with the rules and regulations to control the credit cooperative sector in rural areas also.
As per the current challenges and scenario, how do you see the future of these cooperative societies in India? And what, according to Sahakar Bharati, is the roadmap ahead?
Well, the prospectus I see of credit cooperative sector is a very bright future,
Okay.
because there are some plus points of the credit cooperative sector, such as the decision making process is quick. The loans and advances are given only to the members. The management of the credit society is well acquainted with the members. So the decision of borrowing of credit cooperative sector is not only based on the paper formalities, but there are number of incidences and number of information which is to be considered, which would call it as read between the lines. So credit cooperative societies and their management can read these items in between line, and they know the credential and intention of the borrower, whether he will repay the loan or not. So normally it is the experience of the credit cooperative society sector that the recovery of the credit cooperative societies is also good, and if these credit cooperative societies are permitted to work freely in the society, they will definitely improve their performance and they can breach the gap between the loans and advances given by the banks and the loans and advances required by the society at large. One of the important objective of this credit cooperative sector is the eradication of sahukari money lenders. So if we have to eradicate the system of money lender from our country, credit cooperative societies are required to function, and I hope that if this is possible, it will definitely eradicate the system of
Money lending.
money lending.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
I hope by now our audience know the importance of cooperative societies and how Sahakar Bharati is working in taking this movement forward. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.